Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So today's video is just going to be a quick one. I'm going to share with you a collective haul. So these are just some products that I had picked up from Ulta as well as TJ Maxx, and then I did place in 2 indie orders, so for 2 indie brands. So I'm really excited about that. So let's just jump right on into it. Let's start with the Ulta stuff. Okay, so I did use my points for this order, so I was really excited to just kind of play around with like some new kind of holiday makeup sets. So firstly, I did pick up this set. It's already out of the packaging, but I did pick up this set from Tarte. And this one is nice because it's an eyeshadow palette, a lip liner, and a juicy lip from them. And so this is called a Honeysuckle Holiday. And first off, it does come with this eyeshadow palette. This is the Honeysuckle palette, really beautifully presented. And then here is what the eyeshadows look like. So this performs really well. I've used this just one time so far, and this really was kind of inspired by Emily Noel and Jen Phelps here on YouTube, mainly because I love just like cranberry tones. I love just kind of like red tones to wear during the fall and holiday seasons. So I thought this palette was absolutely stunning, and again, I just love this packaging. And in that set, it did come with, again, these 2 lip products. So it's the Maracuja Juicy Lip as well as a Maracuja Juicy Lip Liner. And the Juicy Lip is in the shade Honeysuckle, which is a very much kind of like a Clinique Black Honey kind of vibes. And here is a swatch of that. It's definitely a lot more like wearable than it looks in the tube. And then this is also in the shade Honeysuckle. And what I like about these lip liners is they are twist up, and that's really nice. I've never had one like that before. And then here's a swatch of the lip liner in the shade Honeysuckle. I don't have Honeysuckle in my collection, so I'm really glad to have it. And I'm definitely going to add it over there to my stash. I have like a cup that has all of my Maracuja Juicy Lips in it. So I thought overall that that was a really cute set, and I am really happy to play around with it. And I think this set was $49, which is a pretty good deal considering that these are all full sizes. And then in that same order, I did pick up one of the new Hourglass holiday face palettes. I normally am not like a sucker for these. Normally I have 0 interest in picking one of these up, but I have been more and more intrigued by the Hourglass brand. I think that there's so many really great products within the line, and I don't think anything from Hourglass. So I wanted to give this one a go. I went ahead and picked up the leopard one. It was between the jellyfish one and the leopard one, but I decided to go for the leopard one because I liked the color story a little bit more of the palette, and I did think that it was gonna work a little bit better for me. And here's what the palette looks like itself. Very stunning. Honestly, this is very weighted. This does have a very nice feel to it. It's not worth $90 regardless of how nice it feels. But here's what the inside of the leopard palette looks like. Now, keep in mind, like this one I picked up at Ulta, and when you pick up the palettes from Ulta or Sephora, you do have to get the color story that goes with the palette, like with the outer packaging. But if you're wanting to customize the outer packaging, you can do that by ordering directly from Hourglass's website. So for instance, if you were wanting the leopard inside, but with the jellyfish packaging, you can do that, but only on Hourglass's website. So I did not want to have to go through Hourglass, so I decided to just, you know, get the inner packaging with the leopard. And I also just really love the leopard packaging as well. I think it's so pretty. And so the shades in here, the finishing powder is in the shade Dim Light. So this one is Dim Light, and then we have a metallic strobe powder, which is in the shade Celestial Strobe Light. And then this blush here is their infamous Mood Exposure. That's a very popular color of theirs. And then we have this blush, which is called Iridescent Rose. this one in Ethereal Flush. And then this is a bronzer, and this is the Lustrous Bronze Light. So if I remember correctly, the bronzer is the only new shade in the Leopard palette, from what I've heard. I watched Morgan Turner's video. She does a really great job at like breaking down everything. And I think the Leopard palette, out of the 3 palettes that they came out with, the Leopard palette had the most repeated shades. So if you have a pretty like expansive, Hourglass collection, definitely check out the palettes and making sure that you're not repeating any of the shades, that you're not picking up a palette that you have a ton of repeat shades in. And I didn't have that problem. I knew that whichever one I picked up, I was going to be fine with, because I don't have anything else from Hourglass. So I'm really happy that I have this, and I have been enjoying it so far. And I love that this one has more blushes than anything, because I've never been like super into like the setting powders. I think they're really nice and unique to have in your collection, but I am definitely more into like the blushes and the highlight and the bronzer. So I love that this one had more blushes in it than everything else. So really excited about this, and I would recommend picking this up on sale if you can. When I'm filming this, and I'm not sure when it's going up, so I apologize, but Ulta does have a 20% off coupon that does include Prestige, so check it out. There's also, I think, a $10 off or a $15 off of 50 that does include Prestige as well. And I found that one in the app. And then of course the Sephora VIB sale is coming up as well, so you can maybe get some money off. So that is the Hourglass palette. And then I wanted to treat myself to some more Dior products. I have really been interested in Dior lately. I really enjoy their blush that I picked up in the shade Rosewood. That's one of their newer colors that they came out with this year. I love it so much. It is literally super stunning. It's very long wearing on the skin, and it's the perfect color of blush that I usually tend to gravitate towards. So I decided to go for it and pick up the most infamous, the blush that started it all, Rosy Glow blush in the shade Pink. I have yet to use this, and I'll be honest with you, it's not super pigmented, but I want to see how it's going to apply on the skin. I'm hoping that this will still show up on me, even though I am like a lighter skin tone. I feel like this mainly works if you have fair skin, because it is so light, but I'm looking forward to trying it out, because again, the Dior blush formula is so long wearing. If you are willing to spend a little bit of money, I do think that this formula is worth it, because like I said, it is very long wearing. Like this blush will be on throughout, or not this one, but the Rosewood one in my experience, it will be on for pretty much throughout the entire day. So I wanted to go ahead and just have this one in my collection. It is so popular, and I just wanted to have it. So I went ahead and picked this up. And then I also picked up, again, the infamous Dior lip oil, and I picked up the shade Pink as well. So beautiful packaging. Really have been enjoying this product, and something that I love about so far the Dior lip products that I've tried, because I also have their Dior balm, like lip balm, and let me actually get it. It's this one. So it's the Dior Lip Glow Glow Balm. And this one is, it's the Color Reviver Balm. And I did pick up the shade, again, Pink. I just really love that shade from them. And here's what this one looks like. I didn't get this in this same haul, but I did get it kind of recently. And what I love about the Dior lip products is they smell like, it's weird, because at initial sniff, it smells like mint, which I'm not really like a huge fan of. But whenever like I put it closer and then I apply it, like it smells like cupcakes. So I am all about that. Like I love that in a scent. I love anything that smells like vanilla, anything that smells kind of, again, like cake. I think that lip product smelling like that is wonderful. So I've been loving like the Dior lip products for that reason. They're also beautiful on the lips. They're very cushiony, they're very soft and hydrating. But again, I just also really enjoy that scent. So I picked up those 2 products from Dior. And then I think the final thing I picked up in this haul was a cologne for my husband. I got the Jimmy Choo Man cologne because it is his birthday. this month in October, and so I did get that for him, and he's been loving it. So wanted to share those products with you. Now let me share with you 2 indie palettes that I picked up, and really excited. I have tried to make it more a point to play around with more indie brands, to experience more indie brands, and I picked up this palette from Cosmetica, and this is called the Druid palette. First off, look at the outer packaging. Very stunning, and then this is what the inside looks like, and it's so beautiful. I feel like it's literally perfect for fall, and this is the palette that I have on my eyes today. So hopefully you can see that look there, and this formula is really nice. I am so impressed with the shimmer shades, especially. Like, they are so like wham bam thank you ma'am in your face. Like, seriously, they perform really well. And so I just thought this was the perfect color story for fall. And I did use Teresa is Dead's coupon code, so I was able to save some money. But Cosmetica, their palettes are not super expensive, which I was grateful for. So this was the one that really appealed to me, and like, so far really enjoying it. I will say though, the color story, I did have to pull in a lighter matte to put into my crease first, and then I started building up with like this deeper brown, and then like a little bit of the green. But yeah, so far really enjoying this one, and happy again just to kind of play around with some different shadows. And then a brand that I have loved for many years. I don't have a ton from them, but I really want that to change because they have such a stellar eyeshadow formula, and I am so excited for this palette. I picked up the Sydney Grace Love's Journey palette. I had wanted this, so I saw it come out during their Christmas in July sale that happened, and I wanted it, but I also kind of looked at it and thought that it was like a little bit boring. I mean, you can look at it and it really does look kind of boring, but when you see this swatched out, and when you see this on the eyes, like I had watched a few like Instagram reels, some YouTube videos, it is so beautiful. And I love the Sydney Grace eyeshadow formula. Like, it is so good. My favorite formula is probably still Natasha Denona, and then it's probably Sydney Grace, because it's just, it's amazing. It's so smooth. The shimmers are not like for instance, the Cosmetica, like these shimmers are very like glittery, metallic, but not glittery in the sense of like there's glitter in them. It's just like they're very shifty. They're a little bit of a thicker kind of shimmer, and they look kind of piecey, but in the best way possible. Sydney Grace is just smooth metallic. It's just a smooth shimmer shade, but don't let that make you think that they're not pretty. Like, no, they are just foiled. They're still foiled. Like, let me swatch one for you. I literally, it's so funny. I knew I was gonna film this today, and this was not supposed to come in until next Wednesday, I think. But then I checked this morning. I'm like, what? It's getting delivered today. And so I literally waited to film this to get this. But let me just show you like their shimmer formula. So I will swatch it for you here, and you will see like just how foiled that looks. I mean, so don't think that this is not a good shimmer formula because it's not, you know, really metallic. It's just, it's foiled, but it's very smooth. So like, this will be great if you have aging lids, for instance. Like, this would be, I don't have any issues whenever I'm using this, because sometimes, you know, certain eyeshadows can definitely make your eyelids look a little bit more crepey. These do not do that. So this is just, I feel like, the perfect everyday palette. It is so stunning. And yeah, I mean, I'm so happy to have this, and I can't wait to use it. So that is what I got. And then Sydney Grace is so sweet. They also send like 2 single shadows. And whenever I placed an order with them, actually during the Christmas in July sale, they also sent single shadows. And now that I think about it, I think these are the exact same ones. Wow. Yeah, I think these are the exact same ones. They look like it. That's crazy. So I have now like 4 single shadows from Sydney Grace. So I'll have to go through those. I think those are the same ones, which I definitely don't need both of those. So anyways, I showered today during the day, and I feel like my hair always looks really bad when it air dries. I usually shower at night and then go to sleep with my hair wet, and then that's how I get all of this like volume, and that's when I love my hair the most. So I feel like I'm very like self-conscious about like the way that my hair looks in this video, but the show must go on, right? Okay, then TJ Maxx. I went to TJ Maxx. I got off early from work one day, and I work really close to a really good TJ Maxx and like shopping area. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to TJ Maxx because it's a time of day that I don't normally go, and I want to see what I can find. And let me tell you, it was the best. It was the best. So first off, the highlight of the shopping trip for me was definitely finding the Glamlight Michaela palette. I am not a fan of her. She has a lot of drama attached to her. That is not why I wanted this. I wanted this because this palette is gorgeous. And I got this for 20 bucks, so it's $19.99. And again, this was at TJ. And I had been looking for this palette for so long at TJ. Like, people were finding this, I mean, months and months and months ago, but I was never able to find it. And I think it's because like the only time I really ever go to TJ Maxx is like on the weekends. I think I need to like make it a point to go like maybe during the week on a weekday or something, or week evening, because that's when I went and I found so much good stuff. But anyways, finally I got my hands on this, and this palette is so stunning. So I'm sure you guys have seen it. It has this beautiful packaging where it's just like sequins just like falling down. And then this is what the palette looks like. It is so pretty. Look at this thing. I mean, this is beautiful. And I just cannot wait to use this. Like, this is so pretty. It's massive. It is massive, don't get me wrong. And I tend to not love super big palettes, but this is so pretty. I can't wait to play around with like some of these purples. So this was such a good find. I'm so glad that I found it. And then I also found, which was really exciting, a Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighter. A lot of you guys just kind of told me in the comments, like, look, if you have it, like you already bought it, like then keep it, like, right? Like you don't have to feel like you have to declutter it. And what I like is that I bought this at TJ Maxx, so I'm not really supporting her in a way, but I have been wanting to try her highlighter for so long. This is in the shade Iced, and it's the full size. I was already like willing to pay like for the mini, but I found the full size at TJ Maxx. I hate her bulky packaging, by the way, but here's what it looks like. I do kind of want to swatch it. Oh, wow. Oh, that is so smooth. Wow. So here's the shade Iced swatched out. It looks really beautiful. It's definitely like a baked formula, so it's probably going to be like very similar to maybe like the Milani highlighter that I have. And then I picked up this. This was more of like a backup because the one that I have in my collection is very old. So I figured like, let's just get this one because it's a newer one, and it's the Flower Beauty Heat Wave Luminous Bronzer in the shade Sunrise. And again, I got it for $3.99. Also, the Jaclyn highlighter was $9.99. So here's what this bronzer looks like. It's very, you know, it's been around for a while, but this was only $3.99, and I just wanted it again just to kind of have a newer version in my collection. And so yes, very happy to have that one. And then I forgot to mention, and I need to go get it. Give me 1 second. Okay, one of the best finds as well that day was not only the Michaela palette. The Michaela palette was great, but I also found the Ariana Grande Goddess Woman perfume. So exciting. So exciting. The packaging, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. You can actually like remove it from here. I actually kind of like it without the casing a little bit more, but this was $40, And this is the, I believe it's the 1.7. Yeah, it's the 1.7 fluid ounce. So it is a good size. And this smells really, really good. Really, really good. So very, very happy about that. So yes, that was everything. I just wanted to kind of share with you what I have picked up recently. It was some things from Ulta, from TJ Maxx, from some indie brands. There's also like a few things again that I want to get from Ulta and from Sephora, but I'm kind of waiting to see with like the Sephora VIB sale and everything coming up. But I hope that you enjoyed this haul. This was definitely a lot of fun, just kind of gathering all of these items together and sharing with you what I've picked up recently. What have you bought recently? If you have purchased makeup, I would love to hear from you guys. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel family here. All of the love and support and engagement that you can do on my channel really does help. I am a smaller creator, and so all of your engagement really helps. So please like, please comment, please subscribe. If you are new, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing. I do a lot of Shop My Stash content, a lot of just kind of like makeup reviews, kind of commentary style videos. And I hope that you will enjoy the content. I hope that you will come back. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will go ahead and see you in my next one. Bye.